Keenan Shanholtz here, West Virginia Land and Home Realty, and today we're looking at 2045 Cove Creek Road in Baker, West Virginia. This old Virginia hand-hewn log home sits on just a hair under 34 acres, and we're elevated at 2,400 feet here, almost on top of Short Mountain. And I'll walk you around here. We'll do the outside thing. So the home was built in 2009, and there's a lot of write-ups in here. You know, you're going to see a lot of info on the house that was written by the previous owner who sold it to the current owners in 2021. And he had the home built in 09, so there's a lot of good information there, all of which is, most of it's still relevant. But I know one thing, when the current owners got it, there were all trees here, so you really couldn't see the view that great unless it was wintertime and the leaves were off the trees. And they've done a nice job opening up the view here, so you're looking due west that way. So the sun is going to set right through there. Really nice views here. I mean, you can obviously see that. And then back to the north, you also have a nice view as well. And of course, when the leaves are off, I mean, this just opens up twice as good as it is now. But covered porch on the front. And if you don't know anything about old Virginia log homes, though, kind of like their claim to fame is that the logs are hand hewn, meaning that, you know, when they carve these logs out, you see like these marks, those are done by knives. I mean, like a craftsman, you know, kind of cuts these logs with a knife, you know, to give it that, you know, old time look, you know, because when the pioneers built log homes, they used axes and stuff to square the logs up. So, and it's the same, you know, like with as you can see, the porch rail here, same deal on those, and in the posts and everything. And you got wooden dowels in here. But if you value your privacy, if you want to be tucked away on the mountain where nobody's going to find you unless you want them to, this is the place. I mean, it is, it's not hard to get here. It's just back in here a ways, a couple miles back off the paved road. And the driveway's, you know, driveway's a little steep. It's a nice big wide driveway. You know, you could get up here in a Tesla now, but, you know, coming up here in the wintertime, you're going to need a four-wheel drive, but it's not that bad at all. So just a few things about the outside here. So got a nice little fire pit right here. Great spot for that here in the shade. And you also will notice all this cut firewood here, which comes with the property. And there's this outdoor wood stove here. So this property is heated by, and you'll see this when we get inside, and there's a lot of details in the write-up about it, but it's like a European style hot water radiant heaters inside the house that heat it. And you can fire those hot water radiators by either propane, which is what you're going to use to run it. Propane tank's buried over here. I'll show you that. So when you're not here, you don't want to fooling with the wood. You'll use the propane for that. Or if you're up here and you want to play with the stove here, well, you load that thing up, and that runs the hot water radiant heat in the registers. So standing seam metal roof, which is fantastic. The chinking here is faux. I mean, it's fake, so I mean, it really doesn't serve a purpose. I mean, those logs are interlocked together. The chinking there is for aesthetics, and it does look good. But the metal roof is a great touch. You're never going to have to fool with that. You'll see a log splitter here, which comes with the property. A few items here convey some stuff, a few beds, the wood, the log splitter, the grill. There are some items here to get you started. This is a good shot here around the back. Whole house generator right there. And then here's where the propane tank is. It's buried right there. And as you can see, there's a retaining wall built around the back of the house. Makes a nice area to drive around here. You don't have to worry about the bank sliding off or anything like that. And, you know, this property, I mean, it all slopes up almost to the top of Short Mountain up there. And the further up you go on this property, the better it lays. So, I mean, you know, when you crest up over this bank, the property, I mean, really planes out nice. And this is comprised of 2 lots, lots 21 and 22 of Cove Creek. And you get to the other extra lot, and I'll probably do a little video over there, but there's actually a little pond on top of the mountain over there. If you like to hunt, I mean, I saw about a half a dozen deer laying right here around the house when I pulled up here this morning. Here's your septic here. Your drain field runs out that way. Nice brick fireplace, wood burning fireplace inside there that'll heat the whole house. It's a Rumford style fireplace, as you'll see. I'm not going to butcher that. I'll let you read the write-up on that. Apologize for the sun being in people's face, but you know, this is the quintessential log cabin. I mean, this was designed by the gentleman who had it built to be like an old-timey style, you know, like how the pioneers did it. And that's what it looks like. And done a wonderful job with it. I mean, this place is, I guess, 15 years old now. Excellent condition. Stain job's good. All very nice. So, the gentleman that had it built was somewhat of a prepper. So you'll see over here where the well is, there's a hand pump on the well. So, you know, power goes out. Well, you got the generator to run that. Let's say you run out of propane, you know, you need water. You can come out here and go old school on it and hand pump water out of the well there. So you got that. You got your frost-free hydrant here, your service panel, and the electric is buried underground. You can see the box right there all the way up here to the house. Let you check the driveway out here a little bit. Look at that. The driveway's got switchbacks in it. It snakes up here on top of the hill. It's nice and wide. I mean, you know, as long as there's no weather, you really don't have a problem getting up the driveway or anything. But let's pan around here a little bit. Try not to blind everybody. So, you'll see here, if you like to shoot, you can blaze round after round and leave a lot of brass lay up here, and it's not going to bother a soul. But you can see some plinking targets there and everything. And then one really cool feature, this might not be as necessary now unless you just kind of want to look the other direction now that they've cleared the trees out away from the house. So you got this walkway down here to the observation deck, which really kind of looks more to the north. But I'll show you something cool down here about this. Try not to go too fast. So check that out. And that's kind of cocked to the north a little bit more, but neat place. Nice deck here. You want to come down here and have a picnic, put you a different grill down here or whatever. A great place to enjoy nature. Nice walkway. Get my finger out of the video there. But what I can show you from here, a little bit about the property line. So, the lot that the house is on is a rectangle. This is kind of like an L-shaped property. So, it comes from the subdivision road up the house lot. And, like, directly underneath of me here, there's a pretty serious ravine right here, okay? And that ravine is pretty well the line, and there's actually a spring, like the little pond that's up on top. The water that comes out of it, you know, kind of goes underground up there and is running down this gully, like underneath the surface, and daylights out down at the bottom down there along the subdivision road. It's pretty cool. But the gully here is about the line until you get up to where the other lot picks up and it makes a 90 this way. So that's kind of how you get the L shape or whatever. But something cool about this is, I'll zoom in here. You're looking at that, you know, some rock cliffs over there across the gully and stuff. It's just really neat. And I mean, it's pretty when things are green, but you see a whole lot more when the leaves are off, that's for sure. This is just a special place. There's no doubt about it. I mean, it is so, so quiet up here. No ambient noise, no ambient light. Just as private as you could hope for. So, I'll do a video inside the house next, and we'll just keep going. Check that out one more time. Keenan Shanholtz here again, West Virginia Land and Home Realty at 2045 Cove Creek Road in Baker, West Virginia. And I'm going to give you a look at the inside of this cabin. It's 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, 1,560 square foot. And of course, we're just walking right in here to the living room. And you can read up the write-up about that fireplace. That's called a Rumford style fireplace. And if you look here, and I may have some old pictures, but that arm swings out of there, and that's designed to hold like a pot or something like that. So you can actually cook on that. You know, you can cook a pot of stew like the pioneers used to do it, I suppose. But we'll take you here in the kitchen. So, stainless steel appliances in the kitchen. Let you have a look there. And then you just kind of got a pantry here. There's your pantry, and then this is kind of like a little utility closet there to keep mops and whatnot, that sort of thing. But here's a good look at, so this is the radiant heat. So this is like a European style hot water radiant heat. So, you know, your hot water feeds up through here. Your propane or the wood from the wood stove heats up the hot water pretty scalding and runs it through this, and then it just radiates the heat off the hot water. It's a very, very nice heat. You know, if you've been in old houses that were built in the 1900s that had the great big like metal radiators in the rooms, yeah, same principle basically as that. So this is going to be the bedroom on the main floor. Nice big closet here. And all the closets are lined with cedar there. And then there's like the previous guy here. There's all kinds of like emergency food supply that conveys with the property. I love that picture. Big James Bond guy. That's a great picture. Here's your bathroom. And one thing you'll note, you got a nice soaking tub here. But the washer and dryer is there kind of like behind the bathroom door. It's stacked right there, you know, to make better use of space. Now, one thing I'll say as far as the internet goes, so when these folks purchased, you know, they needed some pretty heavy-duty internet. So they got HEWN, which is, you know, satellite internet. But since then, Starlink has gotten their satellites up around here. So pretty much if you need, like, super high-speed internet, Starlink's the ticket. The kit's like $700. And it's $120 a month, and the download speed, you know, the speeds is over 100. And they even actually have a commercial business package that's even stronger. But so Starlink would work. I have 5G service here on my phone. T-Mobile has a Wi-Fi hotspot for $50 a month. It's unlimited. So there are all kinds of options. The internet's not a barrier anymore. But as you can see, we're calling this, you know, a bedroom up here. I mean, really, I guess you could say technically it's 2, but this is obviously used as kind of like a bedroom / sitting living area up here. And these 2 beds in here that are kind of like built in do convey. And there's all kinds of storage back in here and stuff under the, you know, overhangs on this house. I mean, there wasn't a square inch of it that went to waste. And then this will be the other bedroom upstairs here. big closet. And one thing, so this house does not have central AC. That was purposefully done by the gentleman who had it built, because all these windows are designed to be open and cross-ventilate the house with clean air. I believe, well, I know the previous guy had, like the window units, you know, that kind of sit on the floor and you run kind of like the hose outside. So if it gets really scalded in here, you know, a floor unit, you know, AC will cool this place down, you know, just fine. So, but it was designed that way on purpose. So here's your upstairs bath, which is where you'll find a nice shower. You know, as the bathroom downstairs just has the tub, so there's the shower that's in here. Another little closet back in behind here. And so this house is built on a crawl space. And you'll see pictures of that online. It's a nice big crawl space, about 3 foot or so high. And that's where the hot water heater, you know, pressure tank, you know, a lot of the guts of the house are down there in the crawl space. And I'm not going to show you where it is. You'll have to ask me. But there's a trap door inside here. And that's how you get down in the crawl space. There's not an outside entrance to it. There's a little trap door in here. It's pretty cool. And a little set of steps take you right down in there. But this, you know, this cabin was purpose built to be kind of like old-timey and just to be close to nature. And they did a great job with it. I believe the rocking chairs and the grill convey. And you'll see that, the list of items that come with the house, enough to get you started here. Just check out that view one more time. Let me zoom you in there. Sun's going to set right over that mountain. Beautiful. And just quiet. I can hear a bird right now. That's it. And you know, easy 2-hour drive from DC to get here. We're 5 miles maybe off Quarter H, which is the 4-lane superhighway that starts in Wardinsville, West Virginia. And you can read up on Quarter H if you don't know about it, but eventually Virginia's going to hook that on to Interstate 81. So it's already easy to get out here, and it's a gorgeous drive. But, you know, as time goes on, it's going to continue to get easier. So I'll go do a video up on the extra lot to kind of show you how that works. But you want peace and quiet, you want to be left alone, you want to hunt, you want to shoot, you just want to sit here on the rocking chair and watch the world go by. This one checks a lot of boxes. Keenan Shanholtz here again, West Virginia Land and Home Realty. Just wanted to do one last video here at 2045 Cove Creek to kind of show you how to get around on the land here. So this is the extra lot that goes, you know, not the house lot, but the other lot. And I'll show you where we're at here on the map. So this is the house lot. The cabin's about right here. And this extra lot, I'm all the way up here. There's like a little cul-de-sac up here. And this is the extra lot, which is, we're 2,600 feet right now atop a short mountain. We're right at the top of the mountain. And then I know the sun's in everybody's face here, but you'll see I just came up this little road up here, and I'm sitting kind of like right here at the cul-de-sac, and we'll walk out here to the little pond, which is what you see right there. So, but this road coming up here, you need SUV. It's, you know, it's not, I guess the HOA doesn't spend a whole lot of money on this road because there's no house or anything up here. But, as long as you have an SUV or something with a little ground clearance, it's not hard to get up here. But when you get up here, there's this little gate here at the property. My sign's still up. Didn't even have to put a new sign up there from when I sold it before. So there's just a nice little walking trail out through here. We'll take a little hike. But the property line is just to our left here, you know. So this lot pretty much comes right up to the crest of the, like right where the top of Short Mountain is and where it starts to flatten out on the top. But there's a nice little walking path here, you know, or bring an ATV or a side-by-side up here, no problem. But the views are insane out through there. I mean, you're not going to see it. But if you wanted to build a second cabin or something, you know, you got the extra lot, or if you felt like you weren't, you know, using all the property and you wanted to sell this lot, you most certainly could. I mean, some might have a tremendous building site up here on top of the mountain. But let me just walk out through here. I'm going to get to this little pond eventually. It's different when it's green out. When I did this before, it was in the wintertime. Look at the trees, but pretty much all hardwoods. There's very little pine on this property. I'm gonna try not to step on a bear or a snake. Nah, here we go. The little path leads you basically right down here to this little spring-fed pond. I need to slow down because I'm probably making people motion sick, but great spot to hunt up here. And you can see, I mean, there's big boulders up here on top of the ground. It's pretty cool. Mostly white oaks and chestnut oaks that you see up here. But like I said, the property line is just, okay, this is good to show you. So let me zoom in here. You see the posted sign there? That's about 50 yards to my left here. So when you're walking out this little path, the property line's about 50 yards to the left of the path, walking back here to the little pond. Now, don't get excited. When I say pond, I'm talking about, it probably looks like a glorified mud hole right now, but in the winter and spring, it has a good bit of water in it, and it always has water in it. So it's a great spot. I mean, pretty much if you put a game camera up here, you're going to see a variety of creatures coming in here to drink out of this little spring right here. But there it is. And you can actually see the water. This is just like a little natural spring pond. And as I zoom in there, you see the water moving just barely in the sunlight. That's the water coming out of the spring that's feeding this. You know, and then in the spring, you know, in winter when this thing's full, this is kind of what feeds it. If you go back to like my first video clip, I talk about how there's like an underground stream that runs through here. But there's just a little natural overflow that comes out here. And then this water, well, you can see it. I'll show you. And this is really cool. I mean, when you're back here in the spring, and, you know, after we've had, you know, rains and stuff, to see the water, like right before you get to the driveway of the house, like the water just pours out of those rocks in that turn there. But if you see the water right here, so that spring trickles and goes underneath here, and then this gets lost underground, you know, so you could be further down here, staying in this ravine, and you could hear the water underneath your feet, but you can't see it. And it daylights out down there at the subdivision road right before the driveway to the house. But this is just gorgeous up here. I mean, extremely private. I mean, you know, there's bear, deer, turkey, whatever you want to hunt, you're going to find it up here, and it's all going to congregate around this little spring-fed pond. So hopefully you've had a good tour here at 2045 Cove Creek. It's the ultimate private compound to get away from it all. And look here, there's a little old lock-on tree stand. See there's an old tree stand right there, locked on, chained onto a tree. I mean, this has got to be a dynamite hunting spot. So come check this place out. You will not be disappointed.